Welcome into Date Palm Field. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Seattle Mariners and the San Diego Padres. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Getting the nod in this one, German Marquez. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
Well, the big thing is that the way he holds his curveball, it's more of a knuckle curve, and because of that, it's less predictable in terms of the break for the hitter. That makes it that much harder to hit this guy.
Ready to go now?
Leading
Randy Arozarena getting ready to hit.
Number 56, Randy Arozarena.
And we are underway. This one in the air, center field. Merrill gets under it. And he makes the catch. One down. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating.
Now he launches a throw over his head, and it's going to wind up out of play.
Sometimes early errors can be just as costly as errors made late in the ball game, but you just don't know it at the time. Second batter of the game gets on base for free, bringing up the number 3 hitter. So we'll see if they can take advantage right here.
One out, runner at second. Julio Rodriguez up next for the Mariners. He's a guy who does it all. And that's in there for strike one. Man at second. Ground ball left side. Machado throws to first in time. Nice play off the bounce for the out.
Good stretch there to make the play. It looks like someone added a little yoga to their daily routine, if you ask me.
High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Man on second, 2 down. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2. This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. He'll take a trot around the bases. The Mariners strike first. It's 2-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. No matter how this outing ends, that pitch is going to haunt him for a while. An 0-2 mistake. That's supposed to be a pitch out of the zone. He left it in a spot that the hitter could do some damage with, and that's exactly what he did.
Now it's the Mariners DH, Dominic Canzone. There's a swing and a drive. Carrying well. Out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they tack one on the board. It's 3-0.
They wasted no time in that at bat, swinging at the first pitch, and he punished it. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
Line drive. And that is that. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 3-0. We go to the bottom of the first. On the hill for the Mariners, Luis Castillo. What do we have on him?
Very solid starters, able to repeat his mechanics on a consistent basis, which allows him to move through a lineup and get deep into a ball game.
Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit here.
The right fielder, number 23, Fernando Tatis Jr.
And there's a ball.
That's inside. Aye.
That one catches the zone. That's strike 2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Batting second, the center fielder.
Let's take a look at the Padres lineup. Singy, this righty-heavy lineup is a bit unusual against a right-handed pitcher.
Yeah, Boog, certainly bucks the old conventional wisdom, and I'm not sure I see the vision from the manager on this one. You're not exactly putting your players in the best situation to succeed when you roll out a lineup like this. Maybe they've seen something on video that tells them there's a weakness to exploit. Perhaps that's it.
Slider clips the corner. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Ball
That's
one there. That's a little bit low.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
Out to center. 2 down.
Batting third, the third baseman, number 13,
Manny Machado up to the plate. That's in there, and that is strike 1. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit. Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
And that's in for a strike. Good job to fight that one off. Cut on and miss, struck him out. Out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego. They trail it here 3-0. We move ahead to the top of the second now. And stepping in for the Mariners, Victor Robles.
Filling up the strike zone hasn't been the problem so far. It's the quality of the strikes. That's been the real issue. And you look at the first inning, that's what we saw. Too many pitches out over the plate.
Bunting for a hit. And that's a foul ball. The 0-2. Slider misses outside. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Looked like it was a little bit up.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Throw to first. In time to get him. 1 away in the strikeout.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with the high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
That's through there for a strike. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Darryl Parker assigned to umpiring duty behind home plate.
And Boog, with DP, it's sort of a coin flip on those borderline corner pitches. Doesn't really favor one side of the plate more than the other. Sometimes you'll get a little extra the plate, and sometimes you won't. It does seem like he evens it out over the course of a game, though.
Right side. Cronenworth. And there's 2 away.
Batting 9, the second baseman, Cole Young.
So digging in, Cole Young.
That's a ball. Yeah.
That's to third. Knocks it down. And that'll be an infield single with no time to recover.
Up next for Seattle, the left fielder, Randy Arozarena.
Now a quick throw to first. And he's back in there.
Hey. Ball 1.
Young, the runner at first with 2 gone. Close one, doesn't get the call. And it's 2-1. Foul ball there. And that one lifted in the air center field. Merrill under it. And that'll do it. Mariners leave 1, but they lead at 3-0. Bottom of the inning, stepping in for San Diego, Ramon Laureano.
Number 5, Ramon Laureano.
Laureano getting the start in left, 31 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic.
A 3-0 lead is great, but you can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ball game. Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
That one ran inside, almost got him.
Ball, that's upstairs.
The 3-1. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Batting
Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And that just scraped the zone. The call is overturned. Still 2 challenges left for them. Payoff pitch. Swing and a base hit.
Batting fifth, the first baseman, Gavin Sheets.
Hey!
Missed with a changeup. Ball one. Late on that fastball. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
You usually are going to see that inside fastball a little longer coming in from the opposite side, but that pitch really got in on him right there. I mean, that's a well-thrown pitch. Tough to do anything with that in terms of getting the hands through and the sweet spot of the bat to the baseball.
Laureano on the move. Strike in there. And the throw bounces. Tag out.
Usually when you see a team try to steal a base in the early innings, it tells you they want to be aggressive on offense. Try to force the defense to make plays and slow them down. That's exactly what they did right there. So we'll see if that caught stealing changes the offensive approach moving forward.
Two down, nobody on. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
He's in a great spot right here. Ahead in the count, 0-2. All four pitches in play right here, partner.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Third out. Nothing doing there for the Friars. They trail in this one 3-0.
Leading off for Seattle, the catcher, Cal Raleigh.
Hey! Outside, that's a ball.
Ball to strike. That one fouled off. And that's downstairs. And it's 2-2. Slow roller to first. Sheets. He takes it on his own. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Up next for Seattle.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this
Julio
one.
Rodriguez.
Swings through that.
Great velocity at 97 at the top of the zone.
And now it's even up. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Got him swinging.
Nice. Doubled up with the slider for that punch out. The one before just caught the zone. So as a hitter, you have to protect right there. Great pitch to just expand a little bit more. He got that chase he was looking for. That right there is good pitching.
Ball one.
A little bit high.
Upstairs.
And now 3-0.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
That one finds the zone. That's strike one. Foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Swings and misses, struck him out. Mariners go down quietly there, but they're on top by a count of 3-0.
Leading up for the Padres, the second baseman, Jake Cronenworth.
Popped up, reaching for it, and brings it in.
Batting eighth, the designated hitter, Miguel Andujar.
That one lifted to left. Arozarena on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 2 away.
Batting ninth, the catcher, Freddie Fermi.
Fought off foul. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. So the 2-out knock extends the inning and sends them back to the top of the order.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. He put a great swing on that ball, took the barrel right to it. Nice extension as well. 105 exit velocity. That tells you everything you need to know about that swing.
And that clips the inside corner. Ball one low.
Down.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today. Padres leave one. Still down 3-0.
Leading off for Seattle, the designated hitter, Dominic Canzone.
This one in the air, center field. Merrill moving under it. And there's one down.
Up next for Seattle, the third baseman, Brendan Donovan.
Foul ball. That one misses.
That's a ball.
And that is ball 1.
That's ball 2.
Inside,
Nope.
just
inside.
missed. And there's a foul ball. Laser could be extra bases. And that's going to get into the corner. Throw comes into second. Not going to get him. He's in there.
Up next for
Showed a
Seattle,
willingness to
the right
drive that
fielder,
pitch
number
the
10,
opposite way.
Victor
Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the
Robles.
ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Man at second. Now a pop-up on the infield. That's out number 2.
The batter, number 3, shortstop, J.P. Crawford.
Nope. Ball 1.
Bullpen action for the Padres. Bradley Rodriguez, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. Marinaccio also getting ready. Runner at second, 2 down. Top half of inning number 4. And that's off the inside edge. And the count is 2-0. Challenge from behind the dish here. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep both their challenges. Man on second, 2 down. And a foul ball. The 1-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. 1 left for Seattle, but they lead it 3-0.
Leading up for the Padres, the center fielder, number 3, Jackson Merrill.
You know, these Padres just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Swings through that one. And that's a little bit high. And a count now even up.
Just not taking the bait right there, but a good pitch with 2 strikes.
That one misses, and it's a full count.
Now in this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
In the air, right field. Robles settles underneath it. And there's 1 down.
Up next for the Padres, the third baseman, number 13, Manny Machado.
Just
That's
missed.
inside.
That's a good miss off the inside part of the plate. You'd much rather miss there than out over the plate where this guy can do some real damage. Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
High fly ball lifted in the air, right field. 2 away now. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this
Padres,
one.
The left fielder, number 5, Ramos Laureano.
That one ripped. And that's a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Up next for the Padres, the first baseman, Gavin.
Quick move to first, and he dives back in safely.
I think you want to get a one-way lead, be very aggressive in the secondary. This hitter not a power guy, so you want to make sure.
Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. Save.
Well, he picked over once just before the pitch to check on him, but that didn't seem to slow up his jump on the pitch at all. I think that guy's been studying some video. Awesome job to be prepared, got the timing down, and he gets into scoring position. Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it, so that's a good take by him.
Runner at second, 2 down. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. It's the Mariners 3 and the Padres nothing.
Leading off for the Mariners, the second baseman, Cole Young.
A little out front there as he swings through it. That clips the inside corner for a strike. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. And he'll just eat it, so that's an infield knock.
Up next for Seattle, the left fielder, Randy Arozarena.
Ball 1.
The 1-0.
Well, they gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Up next for Seattle, the catcher.
I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. German Marquez is done in this one, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound in a moment.
Now pitching for the
Bradley
Padres,
Rodriguez gets handed the rock out of the pen.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Swing and a foul out of play. Next offering is fouled back. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Almost got him. The Mariners trying to break this one open, and we're at the top of the 5th. Inside, and he hit him. And now the bases are loaded.
Up next for Seattle, the center fielder, number 44, Julio Rodriguez.
Well, this is a tough situation with the bases loaded, but the healthiest mindset is just try to get outs, one hitter at a time.
And the 1-0. Now one miss.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in or on. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
Swings through that.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
2-2 now. On a line. Brings it in. Runners tagging from second and third. Runner from third comes across, and they lead by 4.
Up next for Seattle, the first baseman, number 12, Josh Naylor.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
Fouled off left side. Two on, one out. Just misses with that one.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, guys aren't touching it.
Outside low, ball 2.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Designated hitter, Dominic.
And the Padres manager making his way towards the mound as he will make the move. Bradley Rodriguez is done, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for the
The new
Padres,
pitcher in the game,
number
Ron
97.
Marinaccio.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
He was late there, strike 1. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Canzone wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge, and that one was indeed a strike. One challenge remaining for them now. 2 on, 2 outs. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And the 0-2. Ball 1 there. Got him looking. Inning over, and it could have been worse. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Mariners 4 and the Padres nothing.
Leading up for the Padres, the shortstop, Xander Bogart.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Ball, that's out.
Right through there for a strike. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Well, he's showing some pretty dominating stuff out there in this one, not just in terms of swing and miss, but also in terms of command.
The batter,
Now, all
number
the
9,
strikeouts, they just kind of speak for themselves, but when you don't walk anyone, you're demonstrating that you have the confidence in your abilities to truly go right after opposing batters.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And there are 2 down.
Up next for the Padres, the designated hitter, Miguel Andujar.
A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Up next for the Padres, the catcher, Freddie Fermin.
Line drive, base hit right field. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
For the Padres, the right fielder, Fernando Tatis. Jr.
Swinging a foul straight back. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. And a 1-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Battling here as he fouls it away. One, 2 now. And that's downstairs and outside. That's a little high. Full count now. Jackson Merrill in the San Diego on deck circle. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back in the ballpark, let's take a look at some of the moments that stand out to us. Now, here is Brendan Donovan.
The third baseman, Brendan Donovan.
And that one pulled foul.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field knock.
Double-barreled action in the bullpen for San Diego. Yuki Matsui, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Morgan, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. The 1-1.
Ball, that pitch is up.
And
ball,
misses inside. Payoff pitch. This one in the air, center field. One up, one down.
Up next for Seattle, the right fielder, number 10, Victor Robles.
That's outside.
Ripped on the ground to second. Whips it to first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th.
Shortstop, J.P. Crawford.
2 down, bases empty. J.P. Crawford up next for the Mariners.
Ball 1.
That one fouled off. Two down, nobody on. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. And a 1-2. Got him. That ends the frame. Nobody left for Seattle, but they're in front 4-0. Well, we go bottom 6. So digging in now for San Diego, Jackson Merrill.
Jackson Merrill.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
And a big swing and a miss. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. That's back there. Makes the catch up against the wall.
Up next for the Padres, the third baseman, number 13, Manny Machado.
And first offering is fouled off. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And the Padres have a man aboard with one out.
Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Here's Ramon Laureano.
Now these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
That's in there, and the count is 0-2.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
0-2 now. Stays alive. And delivers outside.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Fights it off. You'll see another. And that one is lifted in the air. Rodriguez should have this one. 2 down.
Up next for the Padres, the first baseman, Gavin Sheets.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. Been painting the corners, working on the edges and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
The 1-0.
Ball, that's outside.
The Padres down by 4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. towards
That ball's
first,
foul.
and foul ball. Strike three, struck him out for the third time today. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Padres,
back. We're in the 7th.
number
We have a new
66.
pitcher on the mound, David Morgan. Stepping in,
Leading
Cole
off for
Young.
Seattle, the
He's
second
2 for
baseman,
2.
Cole Young.
And that
That's
one
a ball.
upstairs, ball 1. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Pretty close, but it was a ball. So they'll lose their first challenge. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 1-1 is fouled off. Here's a 1-2. That one
Ball
just
inside.
misses. Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. No challenges left for them now. And it remains 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Close
That's ball
one,
3.
doesn't get the call. And a full count now.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire's strike zone.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Up next for Seattle, the left fielder, Randy Arozarena.
No, that's low. Ball.
No need to offer at that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Strike 2. Got him swinging, and one gone.
Up next for
Chris, as we
Seattle,
look back at
the
the pitch
catcher,
sequence,
Cal
he hadn't seen that curveball at all. How tough is it to adjust to something like that with a bunch of break when you haven't had a look at it yet?
Yeah, I mean, you're dialed up for something firm. You never want to take a called third strike as a fastball, so you're going to be a little anxious before you recognize the pitch. And right there, clearly didn't see what was coming.
So up next, Cal Raleigh. The 0-1.
Hey!
Gets a piece and stays alive.
Very dominant with that fastball inside. Hitter's going to be conscious of that. Now you have the outer half of the plate to work with out there on the mound.
Way inside. Quick toss first. Young back in on a dive. Upstairs.
Ball, that's high.
2-2.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Can't glove it cleanly. Gets off a throw. Save. It was never going to be easy after the misplay.
The center fielder, number 44, Julio Rodriguez.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Two on, one out. And a foul ball.
A healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
The 0-2. That one kicks away from the catcher. And two in scoring position now, thanks to that wild pitch.
Up next for Seattle, the first baseman, number 12, Josh Naylor.
There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. David Morgan will depart, and he's on the hook for the runners at second and third, so looking for some help there. Back in a minute.
Now pitching for the
Here's a new
Padres,
pitcher from the pen, Yuki Matsui.
And this is a really tough spot to come into as he tries to keep this one close. You almost have to forget about the runners in scoring position. They're not going anywhere. Focus on the hitter, getting that one out your team needs from you.
And now it's Josh Naylor. And it was a homer back in the first inning that got his day started at the plate.
Yeah, Boog, a two-run blast, and that swing will give him confidence the rest of the way.
Ball one.
Two on, two outs. Swing and a miss, strike one. That one almost got him. Two and one now. Swing and a pop-up. Bogarts has a beat on it. And that's the third out. Mariners leave a couple, but they lead it 4-0.
Now pitching for the
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the seventh. Casey Legumina.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Leading up for the Padres, the shortstop, Xander Bogart.
On the ground. Throws to first in time. One pitch and one out.
The batter, number 9, second baseman, Jake Cronenworth.
Now here's Jake Cronenworth. Swing and a miss as he was late. Some activity in the Mariners bullpen. Emerson Hancock, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. Spire also throwing.
Ball in.
The M's leading by 4 here, the bottom of the 7th. In there, got him looking, and that one split the plate.
Well, I think that was just a case of a hitter quitting on a pitch. He was looking fastball and didn't see it out of the hand and just left the bat on his shoulder. That was a changeup right over the plate. Probably not the location he was looking for, but the change of speeds is what fooled him, and he got the out.
That's in there. That's strike one.
Well, impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, and you can play around a little bit more as the at-bat expands.
Two down, nobody on. Good eye on that spot. And he grounds one to the right side. Toss to Naylor. Padres go down 1-2-3. It's the Mariners 4 and the Padres nothing. We go to the eighth. In now is the Mariners DH, Dominic Canzone.
Well, these Mariners, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. We've heard lots of loud noise coming from their bats in this one, haven't we? I mean, they've launched 6 hits at 90-plus exit velocity, and that doesn't happen by accident.
Called strike right there. And a swing and a miss, and that's the first out.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly, he had him fooled.
And that misses.
Ball one.
And it's 1-0.
Ball.
Swings through that one for strike 2. Out towards left center. Laureano on the move. And there's 2 down.
Up next for Seattle, the right fielder, number 10, Victor.
Here's Victor Robles. 0 for 3 in this one. This is a guy you got to keep an eye on when he digs in. Definitely been known to drop a drag bunt from time to time, and he's pretty good at it, Chris.
Yeah, and he creates a sense of urgency for the defense because of the speed, because of the ability to put down that bunt.
2 down, nobody on. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2. Now you see even sluggers from time to time try and use the bunt really as a way. That's strike 3 and the third out. So we take a break. Mariners are down in order. They lead 4-0. And we're back. And here's the catcher, number 54.
The catcher, Freddie.
If you're a guy that can only hit to one field, then you're really not going to be able to come through in clutch situations because pitchers are going to adjust. But because he's able to use the entire field, that's why he's so successful in these situations.
In the air, left field, a Rosarena under it. And there's one away.
Up next for the Padres, the right fielder, Fernando Tatis Jr.
That's a ball. Nope, that's down.
Legumina in his second season, 28 years old, and he was drafted in the 8th round back in 2019.
Now pitching for the
Gabe
Mariners.
Spire, ready or
Number
not,
55,
in the game now
Gabe
after the injury.
Spire.
He's into the game with the bases empty. Two and 0 to count. Here it comes.
Ball three.
Just missed. That one's in there. 3-1. And he couldn't come up with it.
Up next for the Padres, the center fielder, number 3.
One gone, runner at first. Jackson Merrill, the next up for the Padres.
Ball, that's out.
The lefty, the 1-0. That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. And now it's 1-2. That's inside.
Ball 2.
The Padres down by 4 here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And a good eye there.
That's a ball.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. And ball
That's
4,
ball
2
4.
aboard.
Base.
Up next for the Padres, the third baseman, number 13, Manny Machado.
Nope.
Meanwhile,
Outside.
activity in the bullpen. Emerson Hancock, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. That one ripped, but foul. Runners at first and second with 1 gone.
Tough
That's
spot
ball
right
2.
here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Line drive, base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
All loaded up. Laureano comes up to hit.
Ball 1.
Tying run at the plate. That one fouled off. The lefty ready, and a 1-1.
Boog, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
The tying run at the plate. That's
ball
down
3.
and in. Next offering is fouled back. And a payoff pitch. Fair ball. One run is in. Another comes in to score, and he's safe at second with a 2-run double. Well, he delivers in a huge spot right there.
Well, he's so dialed in, I don't think he even realizes how much pressure exists out there. Very easy swing, nice and relaxed. This is the type of approach you want to see guys take in this situation.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Gabe Spire won't go any further. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching for
Pitching
Seattle,
change here,
number
Matt
47,
Brash.
And a tall task ahead of him right here with 2 runners in scoring position and multiple outs to get. He's going to be pitching for strikeouts here, no question.
That one finds the zone. Strike one.
Don't be surprised to ball on the ground to the corners that they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base.
So the tying run at second.
Inside ball.
Here's a 1-1. And fouled off. Up the middle, Young. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
And a dangerous hitter coming up to hit in Xander Bogaerts. And that one fouled off. Two on, 1 out. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Cronenworth.
Just missed.
Inside.
Big spot. 2 out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. Just missed. Here's a 2-0. Swing and a miss. On the ground to the left. Just foul down the right field line. Wow. Two on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. And that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. Through 8 full, it's the Mariners 4 and the Padres 3. We go to the 9th, and now for Seattle, J.P. Crawford.
And an 0-0 count. Not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
The shortstop takes the ball.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Next offering misses down and away. Outside.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle and you get it right where you want it.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 3-2. Payoff pitch. Too low, ball 4. And he represents the tying run on base after that hard-fought walk.
Cole Young.
Aye.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
It's a good breaking ball there, just off the corner where you can't really do much damage, but it's close enough to where you've got to protect, and he just couldn't find a way to fight it off.
So back to the top of the order. Now it's Randy Arozarena.
Ball 1.
And the 1-0. Knee high, that's in for a strike.
Good approach right there. You want to get something just a little higher that you can elevate, stay out of that double play.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Ball.
And another ball. Misses inside. Ball 3. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Swing and a ground ball, and it finds its way through for a hit. And now 2 aboard.
Up next for Seattle.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Yuki Matsui done for the day, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for the
Jeremiah
Padres,
Estrada
number
taking over on the
56.
mound.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Julio Rodriguez coming to the plate now in a big spot.
That's a ball.
One-run game here in the top of the ninth. Oh, look at the stop. Throw to second, and they get the out. Mariners leave a couple, but they hold on to a 4-3 lead.
Now pitching for
We're back,
Seattle.
and on the
Number
mound is the
75,
closer, Andres Munoz.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
Andujar.
And that is out of play. Looking to get the tying run on base.
Inside, ball one.
Inside, just missed. A changeup
ball went
missing,
out.
and it's 2-1. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And the tying run is on with a leadoff single.
Well, that at bat had a lot of pressure riding on it, so really great job coming through right there. It's got to feel good. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
So a change being made at first base. And pinch running for the Padres, Bryce Johnson. Freddie Fermin, the next up for the Padres. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
One-run game, bottom 9.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're...
Swings and misses, struck
Up
him
next
out.
for the Padres, the right fielder, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Now a quick throw to first, and he dives back in safely. Fought off foul. The Mariners trying to close out a one-run lead, and the home team trying to pull it out. Next offering in there for a strike. That is strike 2. Now this one gets away from the catcher. To second. Save. That's a wild pitch, and the tying run moves into scoring position.
As a closer, he's out there in that role for a reason, but even they lose the handle on one here and there, especially with all the nasty stuff coming out of bullpens these days. He's making it a little interesting here.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Bottom of the 9th, down a run and tying run on second base. That one outside. Ball 2. Fastball, and he gets out of the way. And there's ball 4. And now the winning run is on base.
Up next for the Padres, the center fielder, number 3, Jackson.
Jackson Merrill steps to the plate in a clutch situation.
Oh, how he'd love to walk it off right here.
And that's off the outside edge. And that's ball 1.
This is the guy they turn to get the most important outs of the ball game, but they're going to make him work to get this save.
2 on, 1 out. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Makes the grab.
Up next for the Padres, the third baseman, number 13, Manny Machado.
And that misses off the outside edge.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers they seem to live for. I mean, you get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it, but this is where they earn their keep.
The Padres with the tying run at second, winning run at first. Here in the last half of inning number 9. And Manny gets a piece.
Some real good life going through the zone on that one.
Pitch misses, and now 3-1.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
2 on, 2 outs. They're down to their final strike. Fly ball down the line. This has got a chance, and it is foul. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The tying and go-ahead runs are left aboard as this one is over.
Well, all you want is a chance going to that final frame. They got some base runners, had the tying run at second, the winning run at first, just couldn't come through with the big hit. On the other